Hey guys, it's me, Yellow Lantern Batman, and today here's a idea on what could happen if if Disney owned the rights to DC. Now, what I think could happen is, first of all, we could get like a whole bunch of new crazy stories, such as the Joker becoming like Carnage or something, like Batman getting his own Iron Man suit, something like that. A whole bunch of different like stories and such. Now that would be really cool if all these different DC and Marvel heroes clashed with each other. And I think the first comic book issue would be like a crossover like event where there's this big like civil war or this big war going on between all of the heroes and villains of DC and Marvel and such. And I think it would be really cool to see like Batman, Wolverine, and all these other like heroes and villains of the DC and Marvel universe clash with each other. It would be really cool to have like the Avengers have like different powerings, like Iron Man like have the Orange Lantern ring, like Bruce Banner like having like a Red Lantern ring, and when he transforms into the Hulk, we have this like angry Red Lantern Hulk or something. Like Captain America like having will and such. Or Thor having a Blue Lantern ring. I can imagine Thor wielding like a Mjolnir with a Blue Lantern ring inside, like his hammer and such. Thor's hammer is hard to pronounce, so I'm just gonna go back and forth and such. It would be really, really, really cool to see like a comic book crossover with like DC and Marvel and such. I can imagine like Darkseid having like the Infinity Gauntlet, so Darkseid becomes even more powerful than he already is. It would be super cool to have all of these DC and Marvel characters like get powers outside of their own universe or something. It would be really cool to have like a Darkseid wielding the Infinity Gauntlet. Although that the Infinity Stones don't work outside of the Marvel Universe, I could really see like a DC character like get Bane's Venom or something, or Venom powered like Bane with Bane's Venom or something. I can imagine a Venom powered. I can imagine like Venom having like Bane's Venom. So Venom becomes even more powerful. That would be like really ridiculous and such and super overpowered. I can imagine like these superpowered beings becoming even more powerful from Marvel like powers and such. And I think it would be super cool to have like this crossover with all of the like DC and Marvel characters like fighting each other. That would be really cool if Disney required like DC or something like that. I can imagine like this scenario in the beginning of the comic. All of the characters are super confused, and in the middle of the like comic they start fighting. Then towards the end they fight like this powerful like big bad of the comic, and they have to use their powers. They have to use like their combined powers to get rid of this enemy. And I can think of like a story title. Maybe it would be something like the DC Crisis events, like cross like crossover crisis or crisis in another universe or something. I can picture it in my mind right now. This big clash with a big threat that can like destroy all universes with a thought or something. It would be really, really, really cool and really crazy to fight like this big bad that can not only destroy the DC universe, but the Marvel universe as well. And I can imagine the story being called Crisis in Two Universes or something. Or something like ridiculous, like a crisis event. Or like an incursion or something. They could like call it a crisis incursion or something. And I can just imagine how cool it would be. They need to make a deal where Disney requires DC. And they need to smack it together into like its own thing or something. You have like the DC comics and you have the Marvel comics. And there's like this middle thing where there's the crossover comics where DC characters can come in to the Marvel universe and such. And I believe there's like one crossover comic where there's a fusion between like DC characters and Marvel characters. But it's not gonna be like that. It's gonna be like where DC characters can come into the Marvel universe and Marvel characters can come into the DC universe. Like, I can imagine interactions with Wolverine and Batman. It would be really cool if someday we had that, it would be super cool if we had like a universe or some type of deal with DC and Marvel. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed that video, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I have been Yellow Lantern Batman, and that has been my idea if Disney required DC, which I think that would be really cool if they did, and we would have like more stories to tell with these characters. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.